In this lesson, you will learn to state and apply the Pythagorean Theorem. The Pythagorean Theorem is a formula that we can use only with right triangles and is used to find an unknown side. So for example, here we have a right triangle and we know the length of one side is 3, the other side is 4, and then this other side we do not know, so we call that x. Now the formula, or the theorem, says that c squared equals a squared plus b squared, where c is your hypotenuse. Your hypotenuse, by definition, is the longest side and will be across from this right angle. So here's the right angle, x would be across from that, so this x, this long side over here, would be your hypotenuse. And then a and b are your legs. So the other two sides would be a and b. And it does not matter which one is a, which one is b, because it will not affect the solving process. They're both legs, so as long as your hypotenuse is the right value, so you plug that in for c, everything else will be okay. So using this example, we said that x would be your hypotenuse, so x would be c. And then 3 and 4 would be your a and b. So using the formula, I can plug everything in, where x would be in place of the c, and then the 3 could be in place of the a, and in place of the b, we'll put a 4. So we can solve this where we have x squared equals 9 plus 16, which would be 25. And then to solve for x, I just need to get rid of the square of the squared by taking the square root. So I have x on the left side equals the square root of 25 on the right side, so x would equal 5. And that's all there is to it. If you know the formula, just plug everything in, make sure that c is always your hypotenuse. Here's one more example, where in this case you're given the hypotenuse, so the 13 is your hypotenuse, and you're trying to find the leg in this case. So the formula is c squared equals a squared plus b squared. So then I plug 13 in for c, 5 can be either a or b, doesn't matter, and then x would be the other one. So if I plug a 13 in for c, we'll put a 5 in for a, and then put a x in for b, because we don't know that value, and then we can solve this for x. 13 squared is 169, 5 squared is 25, and then we need to solve for x. So to solve for x, I need to get rid of the 25 and get rid of the squared to get x by itself. So to do that, I subtract 25 over. So now I have x squared equals 144, and then I can take the square root of both sides to get rid of the square. When I take the square root of both sides, on the left we have an x, and on the right we have the square root of 144, which would give me 12. So we have solved for the unknown side. This length right here would be 12 feet. And that concludes our lesson for today. We will see you next time.